What's the hell, Alphas? It's your boy, Laughers Up Made, and we're here to talk about sports. It's Wednesday. Over on 99 Sports, we got a lot to talk about. A lot of stuff happened on Tuesday. We got Aaron Rodgers going back to Green Bay. We have Russell Wilson getting in a blockbuster trade going to the AFC West. The best quarterback division by far. It's not even close. Me and Monte gonna argue about the AFC West and the NFC West. I just want y'all to know that. And we got the squad here, you know what I'm saying? We have a Uniqo Williams. How you doing today, Uniqo?
Man, I'm good, man. Let's get into this. Let's go. No, I got feelings.
Monte,
come on.
Monte, how you doing today, my guy?
What it is, your boy Monray back in the building, ready to talk about some sports. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
You ready?
But first,
how you tame one? What the heck? I'm ready to go to war. What we doing? Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Basically, Joe don't know this, but I hit a pause because I wanted him to say kick. It's over on that. It's Kid Credit beat on my boy Kid Credit player beat that he made. So go check him out. So that's the start. And that's the intro beat to this show. So I just wanted to let that rock a little bit. So I had to pause a little bit. Had to do it for the homie. Shout out to my boy. But first we're gonna get this out the way. Russell Westbrook, his family, he said his family is uncomfortable going to games. Why? Simple, because people are making threats toward his family. And I do not condone that in any way. You shouldn't make threats to him. This is a game. You need to get hold of your life. You shouldn't make threats to anybody who ain't make a threat to you or put you in any kind of danger. That is crazy. Those people should be arrested. But he's also upset at the name Westbrick. If you don't know, Skip Bayless made that name in 2012 for him. And he's all of a sudden didn't have a problem with it. Apparently until he started playing horrible. And now he don't like the Lakers fan calling him that. He like, this is, you disrespected my name. I'm like, you've been disrespecting your name for a decade. And why are you now upset? That's my biggest problem with this whole thing. That's my biggest problem is, why are you upset now that he said this instead of when he was actually saying it when you were playing well, you didn't care. But I feel like it's all a narrative to like change narratives and all that stuff. Even though people threaten his family, that is uncalled for. We do not do it. But I think he's trying to change the narrative and trying to like throw the attention off that he's not playing well right now and he's shooting mid-range shots and hitting the score clock. Which I have never seen a human being. I have never seen little kids do that. I don't know how you do that. And I seen Giannis look at this man wide open. And I'm talking about in front of the goal and back up. I'm like, bro, he's right there in front of the goal. And he shot and missed it. I don't know what happened. But Joe, what are your thoughts?
My whole thing on this, bruh. This the game. People allowed to talk about your game. You know, I've seen people get in fights at 8th grade games. They're still learning the game. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that happen. But there's a certain point where you're allowed to critique. And I would say once you start playing varsity in high school, people can critique you. You're an NBA player. 5 for 14 is not good. That's not okay. 4 for 21 is not good. I'm over here more like I prefer you have a 4 for 9 game, 4 for 10, like you just stopped shooting. But no, you shot 21 points like you was the man. So what people are going to do is they're going to talk bad about you because you shooting like you the man. And honestly, we know LeBron's 37. We know AD is Mr. Glass. So we know that we're not going to always have them, and we're not going to always get 56 points out of LeBron James, and we're not going to always just we're not even going to have the other boy AD on the bench sometimes. So that's why they got you, Russ, because you're a superstar, and you've shown us that you're a superstar. You've done it with way less talent. You've been the man before. But when you're not hitting, people have the right to hold you to an expectation. You're not living up to that expectation. Call you Westbrick. They didn't call you the N-word. They ain't say your wife ain't this. They ain't say nothing about your family.
If they did go to jail.
They just said what we're saying is you're not hitting shots and helping your team win. There, that's it. Isn't it that simple? See, you used to do that back in the day and had all them triple doubles. Remember, you was the man at OKC and you got them to the playoffs, and that wasn't a good team. But you did that. You got an MVP too. So it's only right for us to hold you to an MVP standard, especially when you got two guys. One is going to take weeks off because he's just a little tired, and the other one, we can't. I don't know what's going on, AD. I want him out of there. If you ask me, I would much rather have Joel Embiid right now on my team because he's going to be there. So that's my thoughts on the Westbrick. Chill out. It is what it is, bro. You broke. Not like broke rich, because I know you come back and be like, nigga, no, you broke. What I'm saying to you is this. Your jumper is awful right now. Honestly, when I was playing 2K back in the day, I still had trouble getting that jumper to get off, but I've also had 60-point games with you on that game, dog. Come on, man.
But Joe said it used to be the man, homie. What happened to you? But yeah.
Like, you got me thinking about John Wall. Like, do I want John Wall right now? Because Westbrook showed me he can't do it, but I know John Wall, if he can stay healthy. You got me thinking like that right now. That's not a good space to be in. I don't ever compare my point guard to John Wall. Hell, even Derrick Rose. I don't want to have those conversations. But I'm thinking about anything that I feel like can be better than you.
Y'all hear the passion in his voice? That's a Lakers fan right there. Monte, your thoughts on the Westbrick comparison? And like I said, the death threats, if somebody threatening, that's crazy. It's just a game. It's a game, bro. It's a game. But giving you a nickname, LeBron. If anybody, bro, Westbrook, you ain't got it bad at LeBron. LeBron been called Skip. That made 100 names for him.
LeBum,
LeGM, Mickey Rings. I mean, Ben Simmons finna get Ben Simmons finna get annihilated come next week, and he just gonna sit on the bench, and them people gonna go. You ain't got you. You think they talking about you? The thing gonna be said to Ben Simmons. They probably gonna need to arrest somebody for.
And he has to show up, because if he doesn't show up, they're gonna say he's scared of Philadelphia. So you gotta show up. So, by the way,
Westbrook, you probably fourth on the list of what's crazy some people talking to you about. So it's Monte, your thoughts.
All right. Well, first off, don't do death threats. People got to learn to grow up and let this stuff go. They did the same thing to Danny Green when he missed a shot in like Game 5 of the finals when the Lakers won that chip in the bubble year. They did the same thing to Danny Green when he missed that shot. And I'm just like, people have got to grow up and stop these. Now, we've always noticed that people love to do these kind of things when they're behind the phone or behind a computer screen and they want to make their threats and all that kind of stuff. They're just stupid. And so don't condone that. Grow up. Stop doing that kind of crap. This is a game. Anyway, and you have no stakes in because you're not playing. So I'm not even gonna. That's just wrong. When it comes to Westbrook, I mean, we just gonna be real for a second. Westbrook really hasn't changed game wise in like 10 years. He really hasn't. Like, he has never been a good shooter. Mm-hmm. He's been, a relatively decent and good point guard, but he's never been able to take a team by himself to anywhere. Ever since KD left, it has been known that he's never gotten past the first round of the playoffs by himself. The multiple superstars that this man has played with, now it's been LeBron James, Anthony Davis. Before it was James Harden, Kevin Durant, Paul George. Like, he's played with good superstars. Bradley Beal. Right. He's played with an amalgamation of good superstars, and it just hasn't panned out because, for different reasons, he just hasn't been a good player to play with, because his game, though, is very electrifying to watch, and he's a very athletic point guard. His game doesn't transition well to playing with other people, mainly because he's not a good shooter, which why everybody was saying that this fit wouldn't work, because when you play on LeBron's teams, your role gets relegated differently than it was when you're by yourself with other teams, because LeBron is very ball dominant, which means you really need to be a good shooter or a big man or something like that. And everybody knew that this trade wouldn't work, and it hasn't. And the other issue that comes with it is that, like, because his game hasn't changed, the pressure is coming more now because he came to LA. All of the other places that he was being weren't really big cities. You didn't really have a lot of big expectations with them. When you came and you played with LeBron, not only playing with LeBron, but you played in LA, one of the top 5 most famous and known basketball franchises, period.
Probably one.
the spotlight was gonna be on him, and all the spotlight did was magnify the same advantages and disadvantages in his game that he's always had. He's never been a good shooter, and so when he comes up and he's going 4 for 13 or something like that, for example, not that he really did that, but just if he goes 4 for 13, a regular Westbrook night, wouldn't nobody really trip about that too much if he was in the other city. But when you in LA, you on the spotlight every single game, and they're gonna notice those deficiencies. Not to mention the fact that he's literally been scapegoated for the majority of the year. Like, a lot of people have been trying to put the onus that all the Lakers struggles have been on him. He's been one of their problems. He's not even their main problem. But so, like, am I surprised? No, it's sad. But this is what happens. The spotlight comes on you when you get in big markets and big teams like this. This is what happens. This is what's to be expected. Now, it's unfortunate that his family, don't want to come there because of the security reasons, and I hate that. But the deficiencies about his game, the names Westbrick and all that kind of stuff, I'm pretty sure there's other names around it. But it's bad. But that's a part of being in the NBA. And being a star / superstar. You're gonna get criticized. You're gonna get critiqued. And when you do good, you're gonna get great things. When you're not doing good, and you on a big market, big spotlight on you, this is what happens. You're gonna get scapegoated sometimes, and you're gonna get your game combed with a fine-tooth comb. It might not be pretty what they see. So this is why I've already heard the reports that they've had mutual interest in leaving, which they can't go nowhere for another month and a half or however long left because of the playoffs, but you can't go anywhere. And then the sad fact about it, you were saying, Nico, you don't want to compare it to John Wall. Not only has Russell Westbrook already been traded for John Wall once, the trade was on the market again. Just the Lakers did not want to give up their first round pick in 2027. The trade was on the market again for him and John Wall already. So he's gonna be compared to him because he was traded for him once, almost traded for him twice, and at this point, I don't know where he's gonna go. I mean, a lot of people just saying go to New York and just be done with it, but he'll get traded somewhere. I don't know where at this point.
My question is, how do y'all feel about spending your hard-earned money to go support these guys, man? And they're millionaires, and they keep on kind of pressing that issue. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That team,
my life is great. My day-to-day life is great. Nigga, I'm gonna call you Westbrick. I spent a lot of money to see you.
Yeah, my thing is, I think the pressure made him worse than Monte point. He's still the same player. He did the same thing, but he is feeling something because when I told y'all the other day, I saw him play a game against the Hornets, and LaMelo backed off mid-range, and he shot the ball off the shot clock from mid-range, and I'm like, that is something I ain't never seen nobody that don't play basketball do. That's hard to do. I don't think y'all know. And I think there's pressure and all the other stuff on them and all that too.
It's that and just this LeBron effect. Like, when you come to LeBron's house, your game has to adjust and change to a certain degree. And his game hasn't adjusted well with that, combined with the fact that he doesn't get the ball nowhere near as much. He's not in control of the flow of the game, and as a point guard, nowhere near as much. And so when your game doesn't transition, you don't get the ball like you normally able to. Your game can't work the way that it used to. He's gonna struggle. Add that with the pressure of being on a championship or bust team. It ain't pretty, man.
I know people compared to Ben. I'm like, but Ben can play big man. He can play power forward a lot. So that's
you can help
and he can play defense because I seen Reggie Jackson do a skip to my Lou on you and then almost made you fall to the point you wanted to punch the ball off and trip the man.
Yeah.
Ben ain't got the pressure like he did either. He did at one point in Philadelphia, and that has led to a year-long spiral of him ending up in Brooklyn. So that's what happens. When you get on these pressure areas, we're going to see what happens with the 76ers this year. But when you get in this pressure, championship or bust.
Yeah, Ben ain't got to do all the credit because everybody expect KD and Kyrie and Seth to do all the scoring. Ben just got to play defense and rebound, and he always loved to do it.
That's if he plays this year.
I hope he should play because
he should play. I mean, he on the bench, so that means he's already close to playing, quote unquote. But I mean, actually be Ben Simmons. I don't know if we'll get to that point. Oh, probably.
I wish everybody would. I hope Westbrook and all that situation you take, because like I said, your family shouldn't have to go through that. But the name calling, that's soft weed. I done seen, like I said, Ben finna go through way worse when he go to Philly. Like I'm
Man,
looking
better wear a
at
helmet.
that. I'm gonna watch that game just to see how crazy it get.
You better wear a helmet. That's all I got to say. This man better
What
wear a
the
helmet.
Philadelphia announcer just announced his name? Ben Simmons in the building, just so the crowd just get into it.
I would do it if I'm a native Philadelphian. I'm shit.
You know
I'm
how
rile
loud
up.
this crowd gonna be. Now they could be the seventh seed, which would make Philadelphia could be the second. That first round matchup would be crazy if Ben playing. Cause you know New York gonna hate Harden too. Every game gonna be ruckus.
No, I said Brooklyn and Harden. Oh, that's gonna get ugly too. I don't think it's gonna be as ugly as Ben, but it's gonna get ugly. If Brooklyn fans want to be, Brooklyn want to get in there.
James was only for Brooklyn for what, a year? He wouldn't. Ben was around for 5 years, and they had that love.
It don't matter. He abandoned
Ben
the
had
team.
it, they had always had this little. Me being a 76 fan, they always had this thing for 5 years. Like, we root for you. Like, he make a shot, he shoot, they clap. Like, and then it was like, screw you, Ben. And then it kind of got. Then Joel Embiid always taking a little slight shots, and Doc taking slow. So it's a lot to that that's added.
Just a gradual thing.
Ben was supposed to be LeBron once he got a jump shot, and he never. To have somebody on your team that's supposed to be that caliber of player, because he's everything else.
He's everything LeBron is. Probably could dribble better, but will not take a shot. I can't even say he can't shoot. He don't even take the shot.
Do you know how many times LeBron comes around? Never. And you've had an opportunity to get one, and he won't get his butt in the gym. Yeah, I got something to say to you when you come, and it won't be Westbrick. It'll be something though.
Can you imagine if Ben Simmons comes off the bench and shoots a 3 and makes it, and then go back to the bench in that game? Bro, oh my God.
It'll be the best troll I've ever seen.
My take on the chaos level that I won't period. The crowd will erupt in a way so vicious.
Let that man come in the game and go like 5 for 5, his first 5 straight shots, and then just go back to the bench and just don't play no more that game. I promise, bro. It'll be over with come Friday morning. Every sports media everywhere will be like, Brooklyn got a squad. It's gonna be
triple break. Oh, and let him put his hand behind his head one good time, just for and then sit down.
Boy, can you imagine the talking look on Joel Embiid's face as soon as he made that first shot? He'd just be like,
"Yo, you talking? If he make a 3, the reaction of the 76ers crowd will probably be the loudest boo you have ever heard in your. It's gonna be louder than Trae Young going to Madison Square Garden.
I don't know. They might actually clap for it.
Do you know
they might actually clap?
I've been Philadelphia fans since 2001. Do you know that crap?
You telling me when AI came back to Philly?
AI came back. They love AI. AI never wanted to leave. They traded AI because they told him you were too old. Philly love AI. They booed Santa Claus because he didn't brag. They booed Santa Claus hard. Like they threw snowballs at Santa Claus. Speaking of people that have been booed lately, Aaron Rodgers is staying in Green Bay. He is staying at the Green Bay Packers. He also stated that that Adam Schefter, his ultimate enemy, is lying because Aaron Rodgers hates Adam Schefter. Every time Adam Schefter say something, he comes out immediately and like, this dude right here lying. I ain't signed no deal yet. I just announced that I'm coming back and we working on the contract. Pat McAfee got it first from Aaron Rodgers himself. And then I think the Packers, somebody told everybody else they did it. And because Pat McAfee said he had sources and he like, my sources. And then he kept saying, he like, my source is Aaron Rodgers. He called me himself. So, but this over with. How do y'all feel about it? We've been on like a journey. Like Green Bay quarterbacks always do this. We had this with Brett Favre. We had this with Aaron Rodgers. It's like a constant journey of I'm gonna retire. No, I'm not. I want to be traded. No, I don't. Like Brett Favre did this 3 years in a row. Now Aaron Rodgers did it like what, 2? Well, last year was kind of iffy. This year is 100% he did it. So. What do y'all think about this Green Bay quarterback situation? And then we're going to get into what me and Monte going to argue.
They only literally had 2 quarterbacks in the last 34 years, bro. They straight. They ain't got no quarterback controversies ever.
No, they've had 2 quarterbacks in the last 34 years that are legendary quarterbacks and 2 rings to show for it.
Also, that's kind of suspect. It's pretty suspect.
So,
34 years with Hall of
there's
Famer.
issues with both sides. I'm not surprised that Aaron Rodgers went back to the Packers. It was pretty much his best opportunity to get a championship and get
That
there. Like Green Bay, one of the top
trash.
2 teams in the NFC. It's the best opportunity he has. It's the best position for him to be in, because if he gets traded, whatever team is gonna end up trading the house for him. And then he's gonna have to pull a Tom Brady, like put a team together around him and all that kind of stuff. It'll be a little more difficult. And then no matter where you went in the AFC, unless you went to the NFC, you went to the AFC, your road was gonna be tougher than it would be in the NFC. You only have to get through the Rams. So either way,
And he got
it was
6
his best
automatic wins.
opportunity.
His division is terrible. Bears, Detroit, and the Vikings.
So I'm like I said, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all that he stayed there. He had the notion throughout the media as being a bit of a drama queen, but I'm not worried about that. It's not my place to say anything of nature. I'm not surprised that he stayed there. It's his best opportunity. It's his best setup and everything. Now they still need to sign some other stuff, because he been needing a number 2 wide receiver. That has not changed. He has been needed that. They have never given him this for some reason. So they got to find a number 2 wide receiver. For me to legitimately say, okay, he has a chance. And even still, he got to break this playoff curse, because my man it's been the last, 7 years? He's been bounced out in the first or second round, even though they've been like the number 1 or number 2 seed every time.
The last 2 years of NFC Championship.
The road going to go through Lambeau.
3 years.
Yeah, so the road going to go through Lambeau. And it always does. So
he got 6 wins, though.
It always goes straight through Lambeau into the end. So, they gotta break this curse some kind of way. He only got about
4 years.
38.
He's got 4 years. He's got the rest of his
38. I'm not giving him 4 years. Like, everybody's not Tom Brady. I'm not going to say that. Everybody is not Tom Brady. They can play up until like 42, 34 with a top quality, top 5 quarterback play. This man has, to me, I give him 2 years. I give him 2 years of guaranteed top 5 quarterback play. After that is anybody's guess of what he's going to look like.
Interesting.
I give him 2 years. 2. Then after that, it just depends on Father Time and Aaron Rodgers' health and, how he is on the football field and stuff. That's anybody's guess. But everybody is not. We just saw how Drew Brees was his last
Big Ben
2 years.
Big Ben was
and I love Drew Brees. But he was not himself. Ben struggled his last 2 years just to get over the finish line. We saw how he was. So I've learned everybody's not Tom Brady. So to me, he has 2 years of good, guaranteed, top quality quarterback play. After that, after age 40, there's no telling what we'll get. So he got 2 years to break this curse and get a ring. Otherwise, it's gonna be a questionable career for Aaron Rodgers. Especially if you add two more playoff flops, like 2 more losses in the playoffs, and not even making it to the Super Bowl. It's gonna get rough.
And I didn't think, to me, this was his best bet. Why? Because he got 6 automatic wins. Again, Detroit, Chicago, Minnesota. There's no other place you're gonna get. And then they usually play the NFC South, and that's like Atlanta. And but
I mean, the Vikings be fighting them.
They always lose. They fight.
Well, no, the Vikings won a game against them last year. It's just they don't want that fight them in their division. The other 2 teams. Nah, he's always on the Browns and then the Lions are the Lions.
Yeah, the Bears. He told them, he told the fans, I'm your father.
I mean, man, to tell that whole city that was a great moment. I was like, he is actually. Now that I think about it, he actually is.
So he kind of is, and that's automatic. But this is we talked about that division. Now we got to talk about this other division. This is what me and Monte argue about. I'm telling him right now, the NFC West is literally the division you don't want to be in if you Russell Wilson. You have to get out of there. Even if I have to go to the second worst division to be in, the AFC West. AFC West is the second because you got to go against a bunch of quarterbacks.
Really?
Yes, Lucy the quarterback play in the AFC West.
AFC West is like the best quarterback.
That's the second worst division to him to be in terms of who he play. NFC West is number 1. Me and Monte gonna argue about this, but because he at Seattle, he had no offensive line, and he went against Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
On one team, Chandler Jones on another team, and Nick Bosa on another team with no offensive line. And people wonder why he always struggled to win that division because they ain't won it in, 5-6 years? They got put out in the first round 2 years, and then he's struggling. He always injured. He's always hurt. He got the most sacks in history. He the only quarterback with 3 seasons of 40 sacks. 3 seasons of 40 sacks. Only quarterback. Joe Burrow finna catch up, but
hopefully not. Hopefully they recover their offensive line when they see that they actually
But Russell Wilson would have had 4 seasons if he didn't get hurt this year, because I think he had 27. He missed 6 games. So he's going to a Broncos team with a better offensive line, given he had to go against still decent defensive lineman with Chandler. You got Frank Clark now for Kansas City. Chris Jones, shout out my Mississippi boy. He also got to go against the not as good Bosa, but he's still a good Bosa. First off, my body gonna feel a lot better playing in Denver. But I'm not playing against that. Bro, the division I went in got the team that go to the Super Bowl almost every year come out of. Look at the last 4 years. The 49ers went to the Super Bowl, 3 years ago? Tampa Bay took another year, and then the Rams went. And the Rams went a few years before that, and the 49ers went a few years before that. So, 4 of the last 7 or 8 years, NFC West have provided a team that went to the championship. And it's consistently the top defenses with some of the best, probably the best coaching. And I'm having to fight that with no offensive line. A defense that fell off after the what's name. But I do go into a division where I have to outscore people. But they
and you have a good to back you up.
And I got a good offensive line. And I got a good offensive line. I got weapons. The running backs is good. You got Sutton. You have Jerry Jeudy. You have the tight end, who is very good.
They traded their best tight end.
Oh, they traded their tight end.
Wait.
Yeah. They traded him.
Tight end.
He was a part of that 19-pick one-player trade.
I know that.
Yep. They traded 3 players. They traded. They traded but they traded a tight end, a linebacker, and something else.
They traded a defensive tackle that was decent, but he wasn't the best.
That's the thing about that team, though. That team, Denver's not a bad team. They just traded Drew Lock. Nobody cared about him, but they traded Noah Fant. That's the one you were looking at.
I didn't know they traded. I didn't see that part, but that's that. That dude hurt me. That dude hurt me a little bit. But
no, I ain't worried about it. That's not even the basis of my argument. My basis of my argument, he was like, the basis of my argument, because you was like, oh no, he got to play these tough defenses. Okay, for one, the only team that is a major threat, was a major threat in the NFC West was the defending Super Bowl champ, which you already know is hard to get back to a Super Bowl. So that's already going to, so a Super Bowl hangover is a real thing. So it's already going to hurt them.
Russell Wilson and black.
Whatever. But that's one thing that's going to hurt is automatically the turnover of just, Super Bowl hangover. That's one thing. Second, the Arizona Cardinals always fall apart. They have fallen apart the last 3 years straight, even though having hot starts. And they just re-signed their coach to a 5-year extension all the way to 2027. And this man has not proved anything. So that's already a knock against them. The San Francisco 49ers are in the middle of a quarterback controversy and can barely score more than 20 points a game. Even with the good defense against them, you mean to tell me that you have no faith against the rest of this division? Not to mention the fact, the problem that came with it, I don't know if Uniqo is listening still. The problem that came with this is that I said they will be guaranteed to make the playoffs regardless, because they have 2 other full divisions in the NFC that are trash. You have the NFC East, which everybody knows is trash except for the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are hit and miss every year anyway, so they can't be dependent on it. So the Cowboys cannot be counted to be dependable. Not to mention it's possible Amari Cooper and DeMarcus Lawrence are possibly going to be gone. So they literally might take a hit and take a stumble back into the rest of the pack for one. That's the Cowboys. Not to mention the rest of the division is already just horrible. Not to mention the NFC South, who Tom Brady just retired. The New Orleans Saints don't know what they're going to do with quarterback. The Atlanta Falcons are barely holding on. The Carolina Panthers are about to trade Christian McCaffrey. So you tell me that whole division is also trash. That's 7 to 8 teams in 2 full divisions. There are 7 playoff spots. So even if you just make 500 in your division, you literally have 8 teams that are basically dang near eliminating themselves. So you almost guaranteed a playoff spot. Not to mention, we just talked about the Green Bay Packers. The other 3 teams in their division are all basically bad at this point. So that's 3 more teams that's gone. And then what's the only division left? Your
Which
division.
is the hardest one.
So literally your division. So and all you gotta do is bust 500 in your division and make a better record against 12 other teams in which 11 of them are bad. You are guaranteed a playoff spot versus going over to the AFC. No, the problem with the AFC is the fact that you don't have just tough defenses to deal with. You have tough quarterbacks to deal with because every division got at least 1 to 2 teams that are major threats to not only just playoffs, but also Super Bowl aspirations. Because in your own division, you got Patrick Mahomes, who's been in the AFC Championship game at least, last 3-4 years straight. So you got Pat Mahomes. You also have Los Angeles Chargers with, they re-signed Mike Williams, and they didn't have Justin Herbert, who's a nice upstarting quarterback. You have the team who just went to the Super Bowl, the Cincinnati Bengals, who hopefully if they get offensive line together, they're a Super Bowl team already because they just made it. You have the Baltimore Ravens with Lamar Jackson. You also have the Buffalo Bills, who just fought the Chiefs to a standstill dang there.
Let's not forget Josh Allen.
Yeah, you have Josh Allen who's sitting there who basically just said, I'm here now. You have the New England Patriots, who just made a rookie quarterback work with 10 wins, and Great Bill Belichick that's sitting there as well. You have the Tennessee Titans with Derrick Henry, who basically made Ryan Tannehill work to a number 1 seed with a tough defense. You got all those teams you got to deal with to try to get on a path to the Super Bowl when you were guaranteed on the NFC side to have 11 teams that might not make 500. And you telling me his path is easier on the AFC side? Son, there's no way. He's going to have to make the track that Pat Mahomes couldn't make this year. Try to get some 3 back-to-back good quarterbacks and get to the Super Bowl.
All I know is this team was number 1 in the AFC West.
It's not easy.
Denver Broncos were number 1 in the AFC West before Teddy Bridgewater got hurt. Were they not?
Bro, nobody believed it. Nobody believed it. They were 3-0. Nobody believed it. When
Teddy Bridgewater got hurt, they was going to be the number 1 seed. Look at
nobody
that record with Teddy Bridgewater. Is Russell Wilson better than Teddy Bridgewater? A lot better.
Yes.
Not only that, his body gonna feel better. Will he be hurt for 6 games this year, or will he be hurt in Seattle for 6 games when Nick Bosa tried to injure him? Joe, am I lying? Nick Bosa not gonna try to injure him.
I mean, it's a fair argument, but I feel like these are gonna be in the AFC West. Is gonna be more track meets than
it's a dogfight.
Like track meets. I don't want to get hit by Nick Bosa.
You do not want track meets as a quarterback because we've seen plenty of times if you can't get your hands on the ball in the last 2 minutes, it don't matter. And you have multiple quarterbacks that have proven that they can clutch it out in 2 minutes.
That's
I'd rather have a chance to win than me being hurt because I get killed by Aaron Donald every game.
The other part of your argument is that you taking into account you assuming that Seattle just wouldn't be able to put the offensive line together. Now, in recent years, they haven't. But we don't know if they would have been able to do it this year.
This man been
I know that. I'm saying like, we go off of
history
history and say they haven't, but we can't say that they never will. That's the thing about it. Like, if for some reason all of a sudden they make an offensive line that work together, he got 11 teams that he will not. It's 11 teams that wouldn't even. Who you talking about the 6 games in his division. You got 11 games that you wouldn't even have to worry about pressure.
They were last place in the division.
Because he was hurt. If he wasn't hurt, they literally would have been top 3.
I'm telling you, this man played 10 seasons.
I think we're forgetting about Geno Smith.
This man played 10 seasons. And he never got offensive line.
And the only year that they were not a top 5 team was the only year he got hurt for a significant amount of time. You want to put him in? I'm not against the trade or anything. I'm for the trade. No, I'm cool with it. I ain't got no problem with it. But you telling me he has an easier time in a harder half? Like all the quarterbacks in not only his division in that AFC side are all young. They're not like old. They're not like on their way out. They're not. All these guys are young players. They ready.
Make plays. I deal with this. That's my thought.
I can say that I believe it's going to be a lot of shootouts, man.
It's going to get.
Like I play the Chargers. I'm covering y'all defense apart. Y'all do y'all job on that defense. I got this on offense. Just let me stand up.
You act like you acting like the team's not going to get better.
Bro, all I know is the Denver Broncos got a good defense. They got a good offensive line. They got a good offense. They got a running back.
Though.
And I don't want to do.
And they also have 2 other teams in their division that are ugly. Matter of fact, you can't even sleep on the Raiders. The Raiders were 10-7 last year.
All I know is Aaron Donald that hurt me in multiple years, and I never have to, and I don't have to see him again.
You're right, because it's gonna be Honey Badger doing the same thing. I understand his offensive line is better, but his pathway is harder now. That's what I'm telling you. He might have more like upfront offensive line, but the pathway is harder now.
I just want Aaron Donald to dominate Joe Burrow by himself in the second half and won the Super Bowl.
I'd rather have a team with a chance.
I saw that one sack literally stopped him from getting a 2-minute thing.
And Aaron Donald did it. Aaron Donald a monster. If I don't have to deal with Aaron Donald no more, Nick Bosa?
I'm not going to be afraid of one player when it comes to an easy route to the Super Bowl. Not to mention the fact, if you get a right playoff standing, you may not even play them.
But I got to play them in the regular season. And that's how I got hurt. And I get hurt when I play him. This man sprained both of Carson Wentz's legs. I did it for Joe because he's a Colts fan. And basically ruined his season. He hit this man so hard, both his ankles sprained at the same time. That's Aaron Donald did that, Joe.
Can y'all imagine how he felt? Like, is that how Cowboys used to wear they like?
Did you see Aaron Donald at that Super Bowl party? That's how it happened.
Like, I'm happier that he has a better offensive line than I am, but if you telling me the pathway is easier just because he has it, no, his pathway is now significantly harder.
I just want a chance. That's all I want. And if I get shootouts and I get an offensive line that can keep me healthy, I'm older. The offensive line in Seattle with Aaron Donald and Nick Bosa and Chandler Jones getting 5 sacks against the Tennessee Titans and 4 sacks against me this season.
He's 33. He ain't that old.
How many 33-year-olds get 4 seasons of 40 sacks, Monte? He the only one.
To the ones that don't have offensive line.
He's the only quarterback in the league that ever have 40 sack season.
Man, I said, I get it. Yeah, I get it. He has a good offensive line now, so he can produce more. But his pathway is harder now than what I'm telling you. Like, I'm happy that he's going to be defended better than everything. I'm good with that. But now his pathway is significantly harder.
I'm a little happy.
There's more. So I would say as an overall team, Seattle's not a better team than Denver, but you do take a better team and go play better teams. That's
I'm in the NFC. I got 11. I can literally say on the NFC, this man got possibly anywhere from 9 to 11 guaranteed wins.
Not
because
if I get hurt.
Everybody other than the Rams in your division and Green Bay are sorry teams for the most as currently constructed. In the AFC, no matter which division they put you against, is ugly. No matter which division you go against, it's ugly. Whether it be with the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens, whether it be with the Tennessee Titans, whether it be your own division, or whether it be the Buffalo Bills or New England Patriots. I don't care which division you go in. They all got ugly teams you got to deal with.
AFC is stacked.
Like, they stacked now. So, like, now you have a better offensive line in front of you for you to produce. But now you got a way tougher road to go through. Like, worst case scenario, you got to see Pat Mahomes, Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, and any combination of the Cincinnati Bengals and Baltimore Ravens on the way to the Super Bowl.
This is my argument. This is for me. I'm thinking if I'm Russell Wilson.
Josh Allen got to see him.
That's true. But now they got to tear each other apart.
This is my argument. If I'm Russell Wilson, I'm betting on me. If you put me against Aaron Donald with that offensive line, I don't know how much I can bet on me if I'm not playing 6 games every year. Because I'm getting, like I said, every year I'm getting older. I didn't get hurt when I got the first 40 season. Now I'm starting to get hurt a little bit. I'm starting to be like, hey, I can bet on me. I think I'm good enough to beat them.
And that's on Seattle.
Beat them. If we can't do a shootout, I'm willing to do a shootout because I can bet on me. I'm that confident in myself. That's my personality. Just give me.
That's on Seattle. That's on Seattle.
Just give me one stop and let me go win. That's all I'm asking for.
That's on Seattle. Because the only reason I say
I forgot that
people say it's hard. My bad. People say it's hard to fix an offensive line. I'm like, now if you're willing to put in the money, because what happened? What happened last year? Not this past football year, but the year before. Pat Mahomes got smoked out of a Super Bowl because of the defensive line in front of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know what they did that year? They put money into offensive line trades and bills. Never had a problem the rest of the year.
I don't know, see it.
So I can't say they didn't. It just
Yeah, they didn't do it for 10 years, and they got to fix it.
And they lost all the people that cost them money. That was the thing about Seattle. Like, everybody left that you have to pay on defense and all that.
Bobby Wagner getting released too, bro. They finna let go of everybody.
Is Pete gonna retire? Yeah. Pete 70. Pete, the oldest coach in the league.
Pete ain't going.
He don't want to rebuild no more though.
This is their way of choosing. This is the way they choosing. They chose the coach over the quarterback, in my opinion. So I don't really think Pete going nowhere. Not this year.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Now he might. If he goes too, then I'm just like, okay, they just decided to cut everything. But it'll be a little weird. You trade your quarterback and fire your coach.
I know Pete said he don't want to trade Russell because he said he don't want to start over. He too old to be restarting. So I'm like,
well, we're gonna see. I mean, if he chooses to leave, I can't blame him. That'll just be the end of Seattle, and then Seattle will go back to the Matt Hasselbeck days.
I hate to say it. Hey, Andrew Locke is not bad, man. Drew Lock is not bad.
We got to see.
He's okay.
We about to see because he finna take that turf for life.
Yeah, well, that's what
we about to take that turf for life.
He might be like Andrew Luck and be hurt the rest of his career with that offensive line. I don't trust nobody with
that is what caused Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck, like, bro, I'm not
put all this crazy. Hit, bro. The Colts actually got a good offensive line after Andrew Luck retired.
Yeah, everything was set up perfectly. We were going to the Super Bowl. Period. Best defense, one of the best defenses.
And then Carson
Wentz tried to run over Aaron Donald for real and got both his ankles sprained. That's the funniest thing that happened this season. He tried to run over Aaron Donald.
I ain't worried about that.
He doesn't make very good business decisions, apparently.
They lost to the
all they do is win the game, they go to the playoffs. And Carson Wentz go out there and play terrible.
You get worse. You get to play with a team dealing with a scandal. They lost their coach. Trevor Lawrence, he's still a kid. And then going back to my AFC West quarterbacks, that Raider game hurt us really bad, honestly. When we lost to Derek Carr last year,
did y'all see?
Last 2-3 minutes, and we was talking about clutching up. Man, that division's tough, man. They might be the toughest in football, if you ask me.
Yeah, it used to be. It used to be the division with the Steelers and the Ravens and everybody. But now,
because even the Browns will play you tough. Back in the day, even the Browns defense will play you tough.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Them home games are about to be good with Russell Wilson and Pat Mahomes.
Sellouts.
That's gonna be good.
That's probably the first time two black quarterbacks been in that division. Oh, well, we did just have that boy, but that didn't count because he got hurt.
That's gonna be good though.
It's gonna be fun to watch. We excited for this season. Let us know y'all thoughts in the comments. Do you?
Herbert Mahomes, that's the one.
Which if you was Russell, which one do you feel comfortable in? Because I said it.
Everybody's defense.
Now, see, don't get me wrong. I'm for the trade. I was just saying this path has just got a lot harder.
On me. And y'all keep me up. Like Joe Burrow, bro. If y'all just keep me up, I'm hitting Jamar Chase down the field after he made Jalen Ramsey fall. If y'all just block for one more second.
Man, I feel so sorry. If they just could have kept Joe Burrow up, bro.
Did you see that play? Aaron Donald crushed that guard. He picked him off his feet, threw him.
So now it ain't nothing but just they better pull the Chiefs move, put all your money in free agency because they ain't got to pay Burrow for another 2 years.
And Chase
put all your money in your offensive line and go again.
This is the
time. They got to pay him 2
years.
He on his rookie contract still for like 7 years.
You got Jamar Chase being cheap.
Pay this man.
But that.
Pay your way into offensive line.
By the way, that's the show. Thank y'all for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe. This is Ovr99 Sports. We here, and this is our show. We're probably gonna start doing these maybe live Tuesday nights, or we're gonna put these out on Wednesday morning, not live. So we're gonna see how this works and see how y'all like it. Hope y'all had a great day this Wednesday morning while y'all listening. Hope everything is good. Y'all blessed. Like I said, on the Ovr99 Media channel. Just a Fan come out Thursday. Also, Keep It 99 Live comes out Wednesday night. And also, Keep It 99 Review come out Thursday night. And Man Cave come out Friday. And Monte got a show coming. He gonna work on the name. Joe got his shows, and I'm gonna start doing What's New 99 News and all that stuff. So we got a lot coming. So we're trying to shorten the show so y'all can enjoy a little bit. So you can hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and y'all can. So we don't just put out 12 hours of content. We just gonna try to get stuff out so you can just enjoy it and watch in your leisure time. And Uniqo, what can they find you?
UniqoWilliams.com. You know what fucking time it is, man.
Links.
They can find me on the runway
fashion
too.
Show. You gotta see his shoulder move, bro. He got it down pat. The arm out. I see you, Joe. Mate, what can they find you?
No, your boy is on Instagram and TikTok under Monray Hudson. Click on the link tree, see all the stuff that I'm a part of. Come get at your boy.
Buy
the merch.
And my stuff is in the description of my link tree to my book and all my other stuff. You can follow me there. You can argue me on sports and all that stuff. And you can see it right there. My stuff is right there too on Ovr99 Sports. So follow me and follow the group. We love y'all. Keep stomping something amazing happen. Peace.